do the entities here, do they talk to your husband, or do they do any kind of
outwardly stuff?
right?
No, I've wondered about, he wouldn't notice. I mean, he would, but that's the type that it is.
Mm-hmm.
It obviously, if everybody could see it, but if you're in a situation, until I'm where I'm at now, and you can't, and no one else has, that's just, harder and more difficult to prove. There could be someone that does the same kind of work that you do, and without, seeing something or, saying, well, we don't see anything, and, blame it on the electricity isn't up to date, Dr. Nichols, the first time I saw him, was able to, use an EMF meter, in his office in a hotel room, so, but, if you're gonna use an EMF meter, you might as well just, bring the clergy with you. I mean, that's where I'm at now.
Have you ever used an EMF meter in your home? See if there's any like hot spots or anything? Because they have a phenomenon, it's called a fear cage, where if you get really high EMF meters in your home, it's been proven that an EMF field will make you, make you paranoid. It can develop skin rashes. You'll hear things. You'll see things. It really does mess with you. I mean, it's a legitimate thing.
No.
But that might be something you want to check out sometime. And I think we've got some in the group we can bring out and check out your house sometime for you, just to make, on the safety side, just to be on the safe,
Oh, okay.
It might not have anything to do with what you're doing, but it could be making you feel sick, wore down. I mean, it's a legitimate phenomenon,
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, I know the guys have said that, but you have,
I mean, it doesn't explain everything that's going on here. I mean, it doesn't come close to it. But, I mean, it could be part of the reason.
Well, I didn't, I've lived in how many different places.
Yeah, of course it's following you, so I mean, that's not it, but...
So it follows you from... Okay.
Started in Washington, wasn't it?
Do you have any idea who or what it is?
It's a demonic entity.
Okay. Do you know, has it told you a name? Has it... Because they're all, they're named. They should have names. And, they don't always tell you, but it hasn't mentioned a name, or it hasn't said...
The devil.
The devil himself?
Well, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, the devil or Satan. I mean, it's, I mean, that's...
Well, sometimes when they do exorcisms, I don't know if you ever see, but they'll learn the entity's name and call it out by its name. So I just wondered if it had told you its name, or some of them say we are Legion, some of which means we're 7, and it'll give you clues to its identity, and therefore, I don't know how you find out information, but if you can at least, if it had told you its name or what it's doing here, you might be able to narrow down what its deal is and get rid of it.
Because there is a big book of demon names out there where they go through and it...
Are you joking with me?
No.
There's a big book of demon names
out there? That's exactly what it's called.
Who the heck did the research on a big book of demon names?
They go through each demon, tell its name, what it is, the history of them, and they go right through. It's all from one of the... It's in the Bible. I mean, it has all the verses and stuff they talk about. But, yeah, there's a list of names and stuff. I don't. It might be Catholic. I don't know. I'm not Catholic. I'm Baptist. But
I'm the Latin. You were in a Baptist church.
Been a while, but that's how I was raised. And yeah, I mean, they have the name of the demon, who he is, what he does, and there's a whole book of 200-300 of them.
I'm just saying it might be a start. If we can.
I don't care. I mean,
well, see, that might be true, but if you can find out what its problem is or find out what it does, you can get a better grip on what's going on, and this is with a demonic entity, you can get a better grip on what's going on, and therefore expel it. If we have more information about it, they say to expel your enemy, you have to know them. And so we have, I mean, I'm just saying it's a start, it's a place to start and say, okay, this is what it is, this is what it does.
So that's what I'm
Now
hoping
I have
the
information.
preacher will be able to do. The priest
Well,
explain.
I think I'm pretty able. I think I know it pretty well.
Okay.
I think if anybody knows it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
How many, do you know how many there are?
Just
There
one.
is just one? Okay. And is it talking now? Is it, or does it's quiet down when we're here?
Yeah, it was kind of, yeah, see, it always, well, from outside it was kind of down there. Now it moved over here, and it's a little more movement, and yeah, it started to peep up a little bit, you know.
Okay. Does it mind our presence, not like our presence?
Does it say anything about us when we
does it say
leave?
anything about, yeah.
Oh, it told me you weren't coming.
Oh, well, it lied.
Yeah.
That's pretty common with demons. That's one of the
Well,
big
if you
things.
call, I mean, you know, I call prayer partners all the time, and you know, it says it's the devil because then it's this is what it says. It says it's the devil so that it can be biblical. You know, because I came to kill, steal, and destroy. Therefore, I'm biblical. Therefore, I'm here because I'm biblical, or something like that. You know, and you know, that's just
nonsense.
well, exactly. You know, I don't. It's paranormal activity, and we don't care. And that's where my mind is at right now. You know.
You just want to get rid of it, you know.
You know, I just command you to go in the name of Jesus Christ, and I don't
Just
care.
keep sticking around. That's the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
you know. Normally, a lot of times what we see is that, you know, if you tell a spirit or demon to leave, if you tell it enough, normally it does. But in this case, it's just sticking around, you know.
See, what I'm saying is something's holding it here. So there's a reason why it's not leaving. So if I can ascertain more information, like I can get something to fight it with. That's why I wanted to know if it told you anything. We could get some information. We could fight it with that information. We could have the priest tell this is what it's saying, and we can turn that around on them and say, we know that you're the demon of whatever. And when you call my name, that really pisses them off because you know who they are. And the thing is, they're not that. I mean, they have no more power than God gives them. Okay, they cannot do anything without His permission. So, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is not God's will for this to be.
Right, no, it's not His will. But I'm saying they have no power than what God allows them. If He does not allow them to do something, then they can't do it. Because He is most powerful, and He's in charge of every single one of them. He's not going to let them. Does that make sense? He does not, they cannot, even Satan himself in the Bible had to ask God to mess with Job. If you read it, he had to ask God. He had to go to heaven and ask God. If you read the story of Job.
Okay.
In the Old Testament, have you read Job?
Yeah, but in the name of Jesus Christ, it does. You know, you can't be here. You know that. I mean.
But it's still here. So.
Okay, but I know why.
Okay. Do you want to share why he's still here, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just trying to be. You know, I was listening to you know, and I just kind of reached out. I know exactly why. What we're doing right now. Remember my email to you? That's exactly what I meant. It's exactly. I am perfectly correct about it.
Okay. Okay, I read the email, but you're perfectly correct about.
Okay. All right. You just said you yourself have told it to leave.
Okay.
And Kurt and I are sitting here listening to you tell us that.
Right.
And you said, well, why hasn't it? Okay.
Right. I get my information. My dad is a biblical scholar, and he, although is not an exorcist, he has performed exorcisms. And I myself have been, not me, I wasn't the person involved in it, but I have been around 2 exorcisms myself. So I've seen it. It is ugly, it is disgusting, and it is nothing like the movies. It is horrible.
Well, this doesn't seem to be taking anything on her.
Right.
I mean, she's not possessed or nothing. It's just
Right.
the area and the stuff that keeps affecting her.
So I'm just saying that it's more of an oppression, I would say. It's an oppression. It's not, and so that's where I'm getting my information from. Is that I grew up around. That's why I'm kind of the case manager, Because I grew up around.
Right, but this is, yeah, I've heard all the terms, you know, and, it is still paranormal activity.
Right.
It is still
Yes.
unlawful,
Yes.
you know, and it will, to me, it's already gone.
Okay.
It, you know, when you came and, you answered my call, and I typed that email, I meant what I said, and what you speak, you know, the words that you speak, you can have what you say.